Hello, it's Nikki from Mouths of Mums. Today we're in the Mouths of Mums CookClub Kitchen and we are cooking up a Mexican baked chicken for Ingham's Chicken. So what you need for your Mexican baked chicken is a beautiful 1.5 kilo fresh whole chicken from Ingham's, about 2 corns which we're going to cut into cobettes. We've got some green jalapeno chilies and some red chilies. We've got some red onions which I've halved. We've got some baby whole potatoes. We've got 2 carrots there which I've just chopped up roughly. We've got 1 tin of red kidney beans, or you could use black beans. We've got a couple of limes there which I've quartered. We've got some Mexican seasoning, any brand is fine. We've got a nice knob of some good quality butter. We've got some olive oil, a couple of extra limes and some salt and pepper. So the first step is to remove the chicken from the plastic, drain any juices and then give it a bit of a pat down with some paper towel. And then what we're going to do is basically pop that into our baking dish. So we'll pop him in there. And then what I like to do, just for a little bit of extra flavour, is to take a whole lime. This is a really big lime, you could even use 2 if you wanted to, and just cut that through like that. And then what I'm going to do is still leave it whole, but then just pop that inside the chicken. And that'll help that chicken keep its shape as well. Then what we're going to do is basically rub that down with a little butter, a little tiny bit of olive oil. Just drizzle that olive oil over like that. And then what we're going to do is basically sprinkle some of this Mexican flavouring all over our chicken. You can be quite liberal because we're wanting to really get that Mexican flavouring coming through. Then to finish that off, just before you pop it into the oven, I'm just going to drizzle a little tiny bit more olive oil on our chicken. Just going to keep those wings and legs very happy. There we go. Now that's ready to go into the oven. You're going to put that in a nice hot oven, about 180 degrees on a fan forced oven, and we're going to cook that for about 30 to 40 minutes. Now to give your corn cobettes a real authentic Mexican look, I like to blacken them off a little bit just before I add them to the chicken. So we just add a little tiny bit of olive oil to the pan, let that get nice and hot, a little bit of salt, some pepper. So once your pan's nice and hot, just drop your corn cobs into that olive oil and you can hear that sizzle. This is not 100% necessary, but I just like the look of the blackened corn. It gives it that real authentic Mexican look. And leave them cooking for a few more minutes. So we're 30 minutes in and our chicken is smelling and looking amazing. We're about halfway there. Now what we want to do is nestle all of those veggies in and around that chicken. So we're going to nestle in that corn, pop our baby potatoes in. If you had big potatoes, just cut them in half so that they cook. I'm going to drop those lovely red onions in. If you don't have red, feel free to use brown. And you can keep everything quite rustic. You can see that I haven't peeled everything perfectly. That actually just kind of adds to that kind of country look. There we go. I'm going to drop those chilies in. Now, if your family aren't big chili fans, this is obviously completely optional, but mine love a bit of spice and I like the colour of the chilies as well. So I like to wedge as many chilies in as I can. So they're the green jalapenos, they're fresh, you can find them in the fruit and veg, and then I'm going to put those little red chilies in as well. There we go, I might even poke a couple inside the chicken. There we go. Now look at that, that is looking amazing. Just going to drop those limes in as well. Grab your limes, give everything a good squeeze right over the chicken. Squeeze that lime juice everywhere. Smelling good too. Look at that chicken. That chicken is looking very happy there. And then we want to put that back into the oven for probably another 30 minutes. What you'll do then is check to see as soon as those juices run clear, it's ready to come out of the oven. So we can see that that chicken has roasted beautifully. So all we need to do now is pop our chicken onto the serving platter. There we go. That's looking amazing. And then our last little thing is I'm going to warm through those kidney beans. They don't even need to go back in the oven, but I'm just going to put them into these chicken juices here. And they will warm through beautifully. All that's left to do is nestle our veggies around our chicken. So we've plated everything up. It is looking amazing and smelling delicious. All that's left is to add a little bit of greenery with some fresh coriander leaves sprinkled on the top. And that Mexican baked chicken is going to feed your family or even a crowd, especially if you add some wraps, some corn chips, a little bit of sour cream, a little bit more salsa. Really, however you like it, this Mexican baked chicken from Ingham's is going to be amazing.